Hi everyone, it's your career coach and confidant Steve De Rosario, and welcome to Career Insight. Today's video is about understanding the 3 rules of interview responses that I always teach all my clients in how to practice and perfect before they go to an interview. So let's begin. I have 3 simple rules for interview responses, and as long as you remember these 3 rules, then you will do very well in an interview situation. Number 1, structure. Number 2, evidence. Number 3, volume. As long as you remember these 3 rules, then you will do very well in an interview. So, rule number 1, structure. Structure is an important factor of an interview response. Why? Because people need to know when you're going to start talking and when you're going to stop talking. It's critical to remember that in an interview situation, the reason why people are going to be asking you questions is because they're going to record your responses. By using a dot point structure, it allows people to effectively take down whatever you're going to say word for word without having to paraphrase, without having to summarize, and critically, without having to interpret what you have to say. So how does this work? I like to think that you should be using at least a minimum of 2 or a maximum of 3 dot points. How is this going to work? Let me give you an example. The most common question a lot of people ask when they're starting an interview situation is, tell me a bit about yourself, or can you describe yourself for me? Your response to that question is this: well, I can tell you 3 things about myself that I can describe about myself in regards to this job. Number 1, number 2, number 3. That's what the dot point theory is. It's about using dot points to structure exactly what you're going to say in a way that allows people to know when you're going to start talking and when you're going to stop talking. So let's move on to rule number 2. Rule number 2 is all about evidence. And what do I mean by this? Evidence is about telling a story or giving a specific example from one of your jobs in your past, or telling them something specific that you did as part of your previous job that allows them to think, well, this person has factual evidence that tells us they can perform or repeat this behavior in the future. Why is this important? Because it should never be just about your opinion about yourself. And rule number 3 is important because it's about volume. And what do I mean by volume? Volume is all about numbers. The size of the team is one way, the size of the budget is another way, the type of task that you perform and deciding how many that you actually perform in any given day, and more importantly, the time frame or length of the project. These are all numerical things that you can include in your response when answering a question. In conclusion, I hope you found today's video very helpful for you. Please feel free to check out the website www.careerinsight.com.au for further tips and hints how I can help you improve your communication skills, your interview skills, your career skills, but more importantly, your confidence skills in being prepared to take the extra step in getting your career right. Why? Because at Career Insight, your aspiration matters to me.